Welcome back with another banger. It's the React Pals. Hope you're having a good night. Let's get straight to it.
Not as much as last week. Have you ever been to McDonald's and just drive through there?
Gathering winter $350 question.
Wow, what was that? Shout out to Kim Kardashian. She uploaded this a day ago. Santa Baby, a film directed by Nadia Lee Cohen. and Charlie Denise, song produced by Travis Barker. It sounded like she might have been singing on the track as well. This was giving me some Paranormal Activity vibes with the glitches and the random scenes from the guys throwing dice and the lady cutting the Christmas tree, the lady with the mask outside the door with the firecracker, the sparkle, a woman swimming in a fish tank. I don't know if she was trying to channel her inner Marilyn Monroe vibes, but boy, like I said, this was giving me some Rob Zombie snuff scene. Yo, this is crazy. I mean, there's a market for her work. It's called Tubi. That's crazy. I love to be a fly on the wall in Kardashian household right now. My mom's had to be like, girl, what were you thinking?
Y'all, I am pretty sure I just saw the face of the devil himself. Watch this and tell me I'm wrong. This is one of the creepiest things I have ever even seen. And I've been looking at this stuff for a long time. Look at this. What's that? What is that? Her eyes literally turn like white, like opaque, like barely even see through. My goodness. And really quickly, I'm gonna warn y'all right here, you better stop watching Kim Kardashian's video. There's a reason that people are watching it and saying they could not sleep after. She's literally casting spells on you. And look at this, she made the video 4 minutes and 44 seconds. And out of all the people she could have had in it, she used him. Do you remember when he was telling the truth about a lot of things? Remember when the real him used to look like this? Because all the stuff that happened to him in his childhood, well again, 444, and him being 44 years old. Just like Jay-Z's 444. Anyways, I just want to give out a warning. There is heavy dark magic on this video. I felt it without even watching the video. People keep trying to go viral by posting her videos, not understanding that you're putting curses on people. You've been warned.
You've been warned. Shoutouts to Real Moon Henry. Yo, that was crazy. How Katy Perry's eyes did that transformation. So Santa, that was Macaulay Culkin. I couldn't recognize him. I didn't realize it. Good job at connecting the dots. He looked totally different. Now it makes sense with him holding the camcorder. Or was it a talk boy he had in the movie?
Y'all know who Draper is, right? The man that says he's a vampire here on TikTok. Something very interesting came up as he was debunking one of his doubters. Pause and read. Check this out with me. He pulls out an American Expeditionary Force ID card, and he's usually highly convincing until I spotted something. In fact, there was a few things. I'm disappointed because I actually like his stories and believe he's a vampire. However, I think he wanted to see what I'm about to show you. The first thing was the picture. Why is it the ID picture has burns, but the card itself doesn't? Did the picture get burned and he put it in another card? Maybe. Next is the stamps. I'm going to show you other cards for comparison. And also the burn marks that you see up here above the 4. Ink over time degrades in color, almost starts to turn purple. That is a fresh blue down here. Too fresh. Here's another example so you can see. It starts to turn to purple. Pay attention to the wear and tear as well of the card itself. Now back to the burn mark. Remember, the ID picture itself got burned, but the card didn't. I think it's safe to say that it's smudged ash across the top, because why didn't the rest of the card burn? Especially before the picture. There's a few more for you guys to compare for yourself. This one is Harry S. Truman, another lieutenant, a guy named Benson Lubin, another major, Hamilton Coolidge, even one in black and white. Y'all go through them yourselves. This is all hypothetically. I don't want no vampiric unaliving of myself. I enjoy your stories, keep doing them, but I had to hypothetically point this out. Again, I don't want to be a vampire or be unalived by one.
And neither do I. He was definitely asking some good questions though. Those are some good observations.
Let me tell y'all a true story. Be simple and watch this video to the end. I don't even know if the sky is real anymore. TikTok, this is for entertainment purposes only. Let's go. What is going on here, guys? Bro, what the? Come on. What is this, man? Like, how can people keep living like this? No one. Shut up! This is ridiculous, guys. I'm telling you right now. Is anything real anymore? Come on! Alright, guys, this looked like somebody pressed the button and now the sky is being covered. Shut up! It's not a game out here, guys. And you worried about going to work and paying bills still? Stop playing with me! son, TikTok, this for entertainment purposes only. I don't know who that guy was talking all that nonsense, but what I do know is that the sky is real, and every day I look up to the sky and I check the weather forecast, and I think it's gonna snow today. Shut up! It's not a game out here, guys. You see the sky. You see what's going on. Stop playing with me, son. It's not a game out here, guys, and a lot is going on. I don't know what's going on in the sky, guys. Remember, they said this late. Shh. Shut up! They said it was layers to the sky. You know, like layers of cake. Stop playing with me, son. It's not a game out here, guys, and you know what's about to happen. Nah, I'm just playing with you guys. Ain't nothing about to happen. That's just a whole bunch of clouds coming together. You know, never seen before footage. Stop playing with me, son. I'm tired of this, guys, and I hope you tired of it too. But I tell you one thing. If I'm ever outside and I see the sky getting dark, covering it like somebody pressed the button or something, I can't do nothing about that.
Can't do nothing about that. Shout out to True Story 718. Yo, that looked crazy. It did look like somebody clicked a button and a whole nother sky was under a partly cloudy sky. This was some crazy footage right here.
Before they shut down this app for good, I'm gonna just share one final ultimate truth with you guys about what is actually going on in the world. I promise to tell the whole truth, nothing but the truth. So help me God. And just so you guys know, this is for entertainment purposes only, not facts. But the truth is, we've been at war for thousands of years. This is an enclosed system. You can't leave Earth. There's not aliens in space. It's an interdimensional war that has been going on for thousands of years. And the aliens that you guys are seeing or talking about, they're already here. They're not in space. Okay? You can't leave Earth. We live in an enclosed system bound by universal and karmic and physical laws. All of the elites, all of the powers that be know this. And they have fooled you for many, 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 many eons. So that they could keep their secret, which is that the enemy has always been here, harvesting your energy. There is a team of dark and there is a team of light that have incarnated into human vessels on Earth so they can use it as their final battleground. The dark forces, I will call them the Leviathan. I'm just going to call them the Leviathan. The evil aliens, right? Leviathan. They've infiltrated every part of your governments, your school systems, your food supplies, your churches, and, of course, your monarchies. Always been a war between the light and the dark, okay? Just as there are dark reptilian Leviathan beings inhabiting human vessels all across the globe, the Earth, there's also the ancient light beings that are incarnated all across the Earth. That is why so many of you are waking up to this truth. There's a reason why they killed the Christ, and it wasn't the stories that you've been told passed down for hundreds of years. It's because he was the most powerful light being. The light, Yahweh, the light of God, incarnated on earth to teach us this truth. Because he knew, obviously, he was connected to infinite intelligence and all things that exist in all realms of time. He did not come in with a veil of remembrance, a veil over his eyes. He came into this earth fully in his God power, knowing all truths. He wanted to wake us up to this truth, so they killed him. Because we have been at war with a Leviathan infiltration for thousands of years. And the real reason that they're making such a big deal about this CEO assassination is because they got one of their guys. Brian Thompson was a Leviathan. He was on the dark forces. They infiltrate corporate structures. They have been the evil beings pulling the strings, putting the veil over your eyes, because this is a frequency war. They want you on the lowest vibration as possible so that when the light comes in, which is what's happening, when the light activations begin, so many of you will be have fallen to this trap in that low frequency that it gives them more time, but the time is up. The treaties have been broken. We have been at war for thousands and thousands of years. And when they first infiltrated, they split our DNA. The 12 tribes of Israel, it is the 12 descendants, the 12 splits of the DNA, the 12 tribes of these different interdimensional beings, the Anunnaki, the Lyran, the Palladians, the Reptilians, the Draconians. It is a spiritual war. It is a spiritual holy war. As on earth, so it is in heaven. We are avatars. This is our video game. Okay? You guys, this is the truth. It's a crazy truth. But once you awaken to this truth, once you put on those magic glasses, this is a quote I like, you can never take them off. Ever. And that is why they've tried to poison you, to change your DNA, to keep you on a low frequency, so you never wake up to this truth. Your enemy is here. And they know that there's nothing that they can do now to stop the trajectory of this mass awakening, this mass Christ return of consciousness to these truths. The power that we all hold is immense. It took 30,000 ancestors for you to be here. You're not here by coincidence. You chose to come here to fight these battles. It is psychological. It's emotional. It is frequency. It is a dimensional war. Okay? Don't be fooled. Don't be tricked. Don't be going into fear. Don't be divided. Know who your enemy is.
Yo, shout outs to Conscious Cow coming at us with them Sarah Connor vibes. Can't lie, what she said definitely resonated. Might as well say it before they shut that app down.
Physicists say there's another universe hiding behind the Big Bang. Big Bang may have created a mirror universe where time runs backwards. Essentially, they're saying that the universe could look like this, a mirror reflection. Now, what if I told you this goes a little bit deeper? Now, I have to be careful with what I say. There's a thing called phantom matrix. Phantom matrix is a matrix or an existence in which it is tied to another primal existence or the source existence where the real Big Bang happened, and it's actually a mirror of it. It is a phantom version of it. Through esoteric teachings like this one, phantom matrix is parasitic. It feeds off of the original source, the original world. A lot of you spiritual people call phantom matrix the upside down. From Ascension Glossary, so let's read this together. The Phantom Matrix is a replica of the fallen Earth timelines. It is used to blend with the organic Earth body in order to consume the living light and the organic creator codes and living souls on this planet. Now, if you look here, they have a depiction of the Cathar grid, which is the one on your left, and a Kabbalah, which is the one on your right. Who do you think is the Phantom Matrix? It has the letter B in its name. Let's look at the original tree of life, which is the Cathar, which is not talked about. The 11th gate is actually connected to the 12th. There is perfect symmetry in this. Absolute perfect symmetry in this. You can't say the same for this. You can't say the same thing for the one with the B in it. Where is the 11th gate? Where? Why is that connection to the 12th? Why is it gone? Why has it disappeared? It's almost as if it's a crappy replica. I almost cursed. Like the crappy replica you have here. So many of you guys are saying, oh, like, I feel like we're in the upside down. Like, which one is the real one? Which one is the better reality? In truth, we are living in the better reality. We are in the up. We're in the up position. We are the original source. Now, what these phantom matrix creatures do, which are what you typically call the fallen angelics or the other extraterrestrials, they have almost absolved their connection to source. Now, they can reconnect back to source, but they just choose against it. I don't know why they like to choose to be crappy, but because they choose to be crappy, they hook their systems into ours and they parasite off of us. And this is not just energetic. They have infiltrated. And as you now already know, they walk amongst us. Just like how in the Avatar movies, remember how they wanted to infiltrate the Na'vi? They had to create false versions of the Na'vi. You have these false human avatars walking here on Earth. As a spiritual person, your goal is to starve the Phantom Matrix. But the thing is, that also means you have to have discernment. You also have to be prepared for what other kind of nonsense they're going to throw at us. Their wrath is not to be played with. This is why we have to keep on working. We cannot let our guards down. But all of this is unfolding right in front of our eyes. And only if you have eyes to see the truth, you will know what I'm talking about. If you're curious to learn more about the truth of Phantom Matrix, because a lot of spiritual people do not know what it is, my book, Made in God's Image, talks about everything you need to know about the Phantom Matrix, the fallen angels, and more. You can also research into the spiritual teacher Ashayana Dean. She is amazing. Her works are kind of hard to find, but if you really dig on the internet, you will find gold mines of information.
Shout outs to key guidances, the Phantom Matrix. Yo, that was pretty deep. That was that dead hidden Dana Kipple conversation right there. So the upside down is real. Shout outs to Stranger Things. But yeah, I remember in like the last video, I was like, yo, it just reminds me of Elle when she puts the blindfolds on, but apparently it goes deeper than that. What's next? The Demigorg is real too?
There is so much more going on with these drones than meets the eye, and it's not just a cover-up for an upcoming biblical event. It actually has to do with a bill that they are trying to pass, which will lay the foundation for the upcoming beast system. Now, again, I will try to censor myself with this video as much as possible. When I talk openly, nobody sees my account or my videos, and everybody needs to know what is going on with this one, what they are doing behind the scenes, and who's actually pulling the strings that is playing the good guy in public. Now, to start, BrainChip's brother over here owns one of the largest drone companies in the entire world. Coincidence? I think not. Sure, one of the biggest drone show companies is Intel, chip company, now Nova Sky Stories, and Nova is what Kimball Musk owns. Our sister company, Nova Sky Stories, has acquired the Intel fleet with more than 9,000 drones. Nova is becoming the drone show company with one of the largest fleets in the world. With their own modifications, an entire new, more sophisticated drone has been created. Kimball says he wants to bring art to the skies of every city and town in the world. Remember this headline for when we get into the bill. Kimball also sits on the boards of Tesla and SpaceX. Now, over the past few days, I started to notice a lot of conversation on this topic. I'm not going to read it out loud. And then I started to notice under a lot of these posts would be comments saying that it's misinformation. And that always grabs my attention. If you know, you know. Now, I did a little research, and on Homeland Security's website, I found the exact hearing that discusses these two bills. Now, before we get into the video, I want to briefly summarize what is going on. So this top one here that expires in about a week, that essentially gives our gov basic control of drones in our airspace. Now, because this one expires so soon, and because our government has, let's just say, very interesting plans in the very near future, they have to pass this one. Let's just say that this new bill is the older, smarter, stronger, and more evil brother of this bill. What they're essentially doing, y'all, is they're saying that the U.S. is being threatened by unauthorized drone activity. And by passing this bill, the government is essentially going to protect us. And how are they going to protect us, you might ask? Well, they'll be using authorized drones for surveillance and the monitoring of communications, aka our internet and cell phones.
UASs have become a transformative force. They've been used in countless positive ways that include revolutionizing many industries like agriculture, logistics, film production, and others, while also improving capabilities for humanitarian relief and law enforcement. However, as with any powerful technology, UAS have also introduced significant security challenges. In recent years, the proliferation of UAS, both domestically and abroad, has raised serious concerns regarding their potential misuse in criminal activities, espionage, and more alarmingly, in threats to U.S. national security. The current authorities provided under the Act are set to expire on December 20th, 2024, just 1 week from now.
Last few years, the use of unmanned aerial systems, also known as drones, has become common across a wide range of applications. Drones have become increasingly affordable and useful within agriculture, law enforcement, search and rescue, photography, and other industries. However, as the airspace becomes more and more crowded with unmanned aircraft, we must ensure the government is prepared and empowered to protect the safety and security of U.S. critical infrastructure and the American public.
Allow them to, this is a direct quote, to destroy or disable aircraft in flight and intercept signals and communications. This is on American soil. It's a setup, Pastor Jimmy. The other one that was passed, just kind of like, hey, we got to control some of the stuff in the airspace. This one is on steroids. So here they took an act that is going to expire the 20th of this month that gave them very limited control on the skies and drones. And then they take it, and we're not just going to control the skies and drones. We're going to, quote, destroy, disable anything in the air and intercept signals and communication. Folks, that could be your cell phone. That could be your internet ability. That's anything under the guise of we've got to control the skies because of this. Then that gives them the ability to do it.
This is their goal. This is their end game. This is what they want. Everything will be digital. Everything will be green and in the name of climate change. So they're going to push it in a way where everybody's going to go for it and think it's going to be better for the environment. You won't own a vehicle. You'll have to ride your bike or walk. Everything will be in a 15-minute vicinity, and you won't even own your house. So they'll be able to come in and use your space when you're at work working for them. Everything you consider a product has now become a service. We have access to transportation, accommodation, food, and all the things we need in our daily lives. Transportation dropped dramatically in price. It made no sense for us to own cars anymore because we could just call up a driverless vehicle. In our city, we don't pay rent because someone else is using our free space when we don't need it. My living room is used for business meetings when I am not there. Sadly, so many people would think that that's a good thing because, oh, free housing. Once in a while, I will choose to cook for myself. It is easy. The necessary kitchen equipment is delivered at my door within minutes. Why keep a pasta maker and a crepe cooker crammed in our cupboards when we can just order them when we need them?
Amazon was the first company that joined the aerial drone race. In 2013, it announced a new technology that would allow a drone to deliver packages up to 5 pounds in 30 minutes or less. Then the company took time to build, fly, and test its drones. The first successful drone delivery happened 3 years after that. An Amazon Prime Air drone made a 13-minute flight in Cambridgeshire to drop off its first package. It delivered a TV streaming stick and bag of popcorn directly to the garden of a nearby customer who was more than pleased with the drone's work.
Now, they've already started planning for these, but how do they actually implement a complete surveillance system that will eventually take away our privacy? It will monitor everything that we do. Well, they do what they always do. They create a problem to instill fear in the general public, so then they step in and offer the solution.
After 3 years of planning, city administration is presenting its vision to accommodate a population of 2 million people through 15-minute cities. 3 days of public hearings on the plan began at City Hall this morning. Shailen Skulski has more.
The 15 new district plans and corresponding bylaws will replace 54 existing planning documents dating back to the 1980s. Administration says the goal is to accommodate 600,000 new residents in redeveloped areas, with 50% of all new home units added through infill. The plan also calls for half of all future travel to be done by transit.
They will monitor everything and you will have zero privacy, but don't worry, it'll be convenient. Because when you go to the grocery store, there won't be a need for checkout lines anymore. Because when you leave, they can just scan that little chip that you now have in your hand.
I feel that's what they're trying to do in Jersey. Shout out to Ashley Hayes 2.0. This was an eye-opener, especially about Elon's little brother, Kimball, with them 15-minute cities. They've been trying to get that since the 80s. That's crazy. And that's a wrap. Hope you enjoyed tonight's rabbit hole. If you haven't already, please take a second
just to smash that like, subscribe, ring that notification bell,
just to make sure the algorithm knows what's up. So what we gonna do, y'all? That's right, run these numbers up. Thanks again. Till next time.